Jay from LMB Exotics here. I'm going to take a minute before I start the video. This week we're probably just going to show you basically of what I do every day from morning to night on how I take care of the animals and what a routine looks like. It's going to be broken up because I'm dealing with an issue right now, kidney stones. It's very, very painful. Sometimes I'm down for 2-3 hours of with nothing but pain. So I'm going to do the video in between being painful and trying to deal with that. I don't wish this on my worstest enemy. Kidney stones sucks, like really, really sucks. So here's to this week's video. Okay, so typically the first thing I do on any given day, wake up at 7 o'clock and I go check on my social media, make sure I don't have any messages, any emails, or anything like that. After that, I start a cup of coffee and step outside and check on the animals outside. Make sure the sun's, it's going to stay warm outside for the day and whatnot, and then I prepare to bring everybody outside as the cup of coffee is going. So that's where we are at the moment. Okay, after we get everybody out, I normally sit down and have a cup of coffee, look over Facebook a little bit, Instagram, chit-chat a little bit with a few people. Then, normally, I'll go around and check everybody's food and water. So we'll do that here in a few. Dish and water dish. Okay, so I got the food dish and water dish out. And basically, all I do is refill them all. It's pretty simple on these guys. The blue iguana, who I put outside, just fill the dish up. Pretty much. He's still small, so he don't eat a lot. Put it in there for him. And he's not the friendliest guy, but I still try to socialize him somewhat. And then I'll just get the water dish and give him fresh water. It's that simple for them. Okay. Alright, so this one is a little different for the turtles. Gotta take the rocks out. And dump water. And then I take it, hose it all off, and fill it up. So I'll get back to you when I get that done. And after I get the rocks wiped down and the dish washed down, I just sit here and let it fill up. And then after that, we move on to the dragons that are outside. So this is a little bit different with the dragons. This one is lost. Food and water dish, and I do that to all the dragons that are outside. This one is the zero bearded dragon. That's why he's in this little cage. Eventually we'll be getting new siding on this side and that side and one facing side, so it won't be that wood look. Give him a little bit more UVB. But this is the setup outside that I do every morning. Thank you. So typically what I do to make the dragons a little bit easier is I put everybody's food and water dish on their cage. So this way I can just put them in there and make it a little easier on me. Get everybody's stuff together at once instead of sitting there individually doing it. And then him. That thing doesn't ever want to stay in there. And then in here, we have 3 dragons, actually, at the moment. We got the 2 females. We got Crystal and Sunshine. Since they've been outside, their collars have darkened a lot more. She was a lot more red, and then Crystal was a lot more, or Sunshine was a lot more yellow. Then they're in there at the moment. No, you cannot come out. I will get you your lettuce in a second. Deadpool, who has not really darkened up other than his beard. And right now he is wanting Harley, who he is already mated with. And then we just give Harley her food and water. And that concludes pretty much outside until this evening. And as she's sunbathing at the moment.
There she is.
But in the future, Harley is going to breed with the Zero, who is known as Quicksilver.
AKA Bubbies.
Yes, aka Bubby's Dragon. But, thank you. Alright, the only thing I didn't show on the food and water is for the sulcatas, turtles, and the box turtles. I pull up some weeds and normally cut up an apple or just give them extra lettuce of what we have. It's the only thing I didn't show is just throwing food in there. Wherever it lands, they go and find it. The reason why I do keep a lot of my animals outside is I feel natural UVB is a lot better than the fake fluorescent lights that give them the UVB. So I prefer to put, just like Camp Canada, I prefer to put a lot of my animals outside. So after that is what we're doing right now is we're actually feeding the dogs, and that's why they're whining, because they want their food and water now and not in 5 seconds when it's going to be ready. Okay, so after that, we typically sit there, and if anything has to get done, we get it done. Like, I do know I need to clean that out because we have baby sugar gliders that have came out of the pouch a few days ago, and we're going to need to have that cage up and ready for when the sugar gliders need to move away from their mom. Other than that, there's not too much going on today exactly, but we typically on Wednesdays, which is today, we typically, I clean the feeders, which is all the roaches and the rats and stuff like that. Okay, now for the mice and the rats, not the mice, the rats and the roaches, it's simple. I just basically get in the tub. The rats I give the food and the water to, and I change their bedding. I'm a little low on bedding, so one of the tubs I can't do until I pick up more bedding. But the roaches, they're simple. I just pull the tub down. Like, this is my small dubia colony. And I just basically come in here. The other day I put oranges in here, so let's see how I can get this turned around. I'm going to come in here. Water crystals are a little dry. Food's good. So, just add some... because it's not a time that I'm basically... that I'm honestly going through them and counting them. I mean, I know they're good. Doesn't need cleaned. So that's the basic gist of going through the roaches constantly. And I go through the dubia, and then I have giant cave roaches, then I have ivory head roaches here, then I have orange head roaches down here, and then down there at the bottom I have red runners. Now, also behind you, there we go, we have dubia roaches. And then we have dusky cave roaches in a started of bioactive and death heads right there. So the room is, it's easy to care for everything. It's easy to care for everything, and that's just the way it is. I've done that every day. Now, the other thing that I did that today was I cleaned the cage. I'm going to take you out to show you that, and I also set up a new pond tub for a couple red ear sliders I have. So I'll take y'all to go show you that. Okay, I apologize for the music in the background. Yes, this is the cage. I got it cleaned out. It was bad. So we'll have the gliders here in a few weeks when when they get to move out of their house with their mom and have to go. And then over here, we're gonna add these turtles, little red ear sliding turtle, little red ear sliders. See, just nothing too big. I don't like to put them directly into the water. I like them to go into the water. So they have them. When they go in here during the day, they get natural UVB. Like I said, any animal that needs natural UVB needs to get it. Now I'll probably fill this water up to where it's just about here. And then I don't know where the plants came from, and then I feed them. So that's just the simple way. Everybody else is outside and fed and taken care of. But yep, that's what I did today. And then at nighttime, I just bring everybody in when it gets too dark, because it still gets cold out here. If it stays above 75 degrees at night, then I leave them outside. I just don't prefer them to stay out there if it gets under 75, just my personal preference. But they'll probably be fine. So go ahead, if you like this type of videos and you want to get more of my videos, go ahead and subscribe. And while you're over there, go ahead and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Go ahead and like this video if you did like it, and to see how we do things here every day. And also give me a comment if you do things similar or if you do things a little differently. Go ahead and definitely let me know in the comment section. Thank y'all, and you guys have a wonderful rest of your week.